It's your boy, The Truth, 777. So I had a few things I wanted to kind of just vibe out with while playing a little bit of Sandlands. So come rock out, watch me play Sandlands, as well as allow me to kind of voice my opinion on a few things. So um, I said before that I wanted to make sure that people knew that the One Piece I thought and in One Piece was a spaceship. So I just wanted to kind of start off with that. I also wanted to talk a little bit about Joyner Lucas and what's the boy name? Skrilla. I'm being mad disrespectful because I can't remember young boy's name. Skrilla. Man, the London rapper dude that he was battling, and it was like absolutely the battle of mid, like for sure. Like both of them really, it wasn't that lit or entertaining specifically because I don't think they really had anything to battle about. You know what I mean? It really wasn't an American versus UK thing, even though they were Skepta, that's his name. Skepta was trying to make it.
If there are only a few, sure.
Skepta was trying to absolutely
risk getting surrounded.
Skepta was trying to actually absolutely make it London versus America thing. Jordan kind of Lucas kind of bit into it a little bit, right? With thing, but for the most part, he was still trying to say, "Hey, this is me versus you," and Joyner didn't really have a lot of ammo against the dude. He just basically showed that he could rap better than him in so many different variety of ways, which I believe he proved his point. And Skepta was trying to keep it like, oh, well, I'm telling the truth about you, and factually, it was a lot of things he wasn't truthful about or he was wrong about. So, everybody being like, oh, well, Joyner doesn't say anything truthful, was like, well, Skepta ain't really saying nothing that truthful either. He had a few bars in there that could be truthful or, I guess, scathing, but it wasn't as hurtful as they was trying to make it. So I found the battle like very mid, lackluster, not as entertaining, to be honest with you. But
fighting in cramped
I know,
areas like cliffs. Beware of blind spots.
I know some people probably loved it and enjoyed it and did their thing. They did their thing, they tried to keep people entertained, but it like I said, it wasn't America versus. Definitely wasn't American versus. Give me a second. Still new to the streaming, so it takes me a second to like be able to concentrate.
Getting caught off guard puts you at a disadvantage.
I definitely hate to lose like that. I'll be careful.
But yeah, I just thought the battle was mid. I thought Joyner won, but even though Skipper had a third round, his third round was subpar at best. I know some people probably heard it was like, oh my god, jumping out their seats and doing all this bogus rigmarole. But for me, I was just like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to that drink like, this is some of the most basic, boring bars, and a lot of the stuff wasn't that scathing. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was
I
true.
wonder what they might have originally been built for.
So.
So far, so good.
The biggest battle of mid.
Yeah, it really was. What's up, Nuke? But yeah, it absolutely was a battle of mid, and I was sitting there laughing, but I like I said, Joyner show proved that he could rap better than Skepta for sure. You know what I mean? And he did a lot of the
dangerous place to leave your children.
Skill level things Jordan and Lucas can do in a rap battle, rap fast, the rap on tempo, have a decent cadence, put a lot of things together. But I didn't find it, that interesting. With that being said, kind of want to talk about a little bit of PlayStation and Xbox things as well. What's going on with PlayStation and Xbox? There was a report that came out that said, hey, PlayStation and Xbox has 6 of the top games on PlayStation. It was like Call of Duty. It was Call of Duty, 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 Call of It was Call of Duty, Doom, Minecraft, Elder Scrolls, the remake. Hold on, Elder Scrolls the remake, Indiana Jones, Minecraft, Doom, Call of Duty, and
I wonder what they might have originally been built for.
I can't think. It was one more, but the bottom line, you know, is a lot of people, you know, talking about it in the gaming sphere, and they're like, hey, this is so crazy. Microsoft is showing out on PlayStation, woo woo woo. And in my head, I'm going, well, I mean, that would make sense considering Doom, Elder Scrolls, Call of Duty, and games like that would already be on PlayStation and do well on PlayStation as is. Like Call of Duty has always done well on PlayStation. Doom does well on PlayStation. Elder Scrolls and Bethesda games have always done well on PlayStation because PlayStation gamers do like Fallout, Elder Scrolls, and those things. So it's not like these. It's not like these games didn't do well. Now you could take credit and credence for Indiana Jones, but again, Bethesda games do fairly well on PlayStation. It's not like it being on PlayStation, Indiana Jones being on PlayStation wouldn't have happened if Bethesda was by, or ZeniMax was by itself in the first place. Now, Forza Motorsport, for sure, if they want to, you know, if people want to tout that you know, that was a big game for, you know, Xbox that came to PlayStation and did well, yeah, but that would also make sense because Forza was always a good game. Nobody said Forza Horizon, not Motorsport, Forza Horizon wasn't a good game. Forza Motorsport never did numbers, but Forza Horizon always did big numbers. And let me be very clear, Forza Motorsport did decent, but not crazy, so that's what I'm saying. They didn't do Forza Horizon. Motorsport never did huge numbers. It just did numbers. Oh, come on, man. This is crazy. Out there, young bull. So youngin, yeah. So you know, I'm not surprised that Microsoft, being that they bought the biggest publisher in Activision, which had games that did extremely well on PlayStation, and then bought ZeniMax Studios that owns Bethesda. Those games also sold well on PlayStation. Those games are continuing to do what they normally do, which is sell well. Like, that's super weird. That, like, you know, that's a question of, or there's a idea of like, oh my goodness, these games did well on PlayStation. Like, you know, these games wouldn't do well on PlayStation. I would like to see what things like South by Midnight would do, which I still think would do well, specifically because factually it's a you know, it's a black character, and black people tend, and people, majorities really, not the minorities, but the majorities are.
Why don't we use the bot to continue
going to support something when they're represented? So,
Just
you know, there's
not
that.
To break it in the process, Prince.
I don't know. It's just not that shocking to me, and I think that's going to be a thing forever now. Like, hey.
Are people really surprised that a company that buys almost everything has at least some good games?
Nah, and that's what's wild. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, you know, like you said, they bought the biggest companies, some of the biggest publishers. Not even like, we're not even talking about just studios. They bought some of the biggest publishers. Yeah, and a lot of those games were already, you know, a big deal on PlayStation. So. Like, I don't know why that's so confusing to people, that Microsoft will continue to be the biggest publisher on PlayStation. And then also you have to think of this. Forza came out, while I still think it would have sold well, these games are also coming out where there isn't really much competition. Like, if we're keeping it a stack, a buck, you know what I'm saying? These games didn't have much in the way of competition. I'll get over there. Can I? Am I gonna die if I go in here? Okay, no. Okay, good. Okay, never mind. Definitely died. or got hurt, didn't really necessarily die. Let me see. Where am I going? Let's let's go here. So yeah, I'm not shocked that as I say, I'm not shocked that Xbox is the number one. Now, PlayStation going multi-platform. There's a lot of buzz around that. Oh, PlayStation going multi-platform because they're hiring for a multi-platform space. Hey, look, they do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much going to still play on PlayStation, even though I'm not going to be ecstatic about it, because I do truly believe that exclusivity helps with time. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about other people playing and what they can and cannot play. I'm not going to fake and act like I'm some charitable, loving person that's just like, oh my goodness, I wish everybody could play the game. Now, honestly, I do wish everybody could play the game, right? But I don't have that means or that ability to do that. So it's not like the, biggest deal for me. I'm not going to sit up here in front like it is.
Thank you too. You truly
Oh, this
are
is a mission?
lifesaver. Can't you just let her thank you? I've got new weight. Feel free to take a.
I just wanted to buy some stuff.
Welcome.
So yeah, I'm just like actually a little shocking myself in the fact that PlayStation just may go multi-plat fully. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see that coming. I didn't think they were going to do that, and it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal if they do for me. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. But I do think that exclusives are valuable, and I'm not tripping off of what people can and cannot do, because I'm just gonna be honest. It's not the biggest of deals. I do. What else what was going on in this space? Oh, Clarissa did a very good job in her boxing match. She's very impressive. The other girl was actually quite impressive too. Clarissa didn't really beat her up as badly as she could, so I thought that was pretty cool. What else? I don't really have. Oh, okay. So here's something I actually wanted to talk about, and I wanted to talk about for a little while. One Piece, why people should watch it. So I was watching somebody try to explain why you should watch One Piece, and I've seen some really good videos and some decent videos and some really bad ones, but I noticed that it's not a cohesive idea why you should watch it, and I don't think there would be too much of a cohesive idea, considering all things considering, it's a huge show. It's a super long show, and there's a lot of reasons for people to love it, a lot of different reasons why people love it. So, but I think there is a more concise way. And to me, I know that the thing that holds most people back from One Piece is the fact that it's almost 1,200 episodes, and it probably end up on 1,500 episodes by the end of the series, with 30 years running, right? But and then of course the animation, and then it would be like the way they battle, especially in the beginning. It's kind of like a Pokemon battle, and I would agree with all those different statements. Now, what I do want to say is that the length is the length. You don't have to watch it all at once. I guarantee if you start to enjoy it or you do love it, then you're going to consume it at the way you need to consume it. And if you don't enjoy it, then or it's going to take you a while to get into it, then if you just start watching episodes, you'll consume it at the level you need to for you and your lifestyle. But I do want to say this. The cohesive thing about One Piece, and this is one thing I don't think a lot of people talk about, is that, yes, it's world building and connecting the dots from how one thing happened in episode 10 now connects to episode 300, that now connects to episode 450, and now connects to episode 1000, and brings such rewatchability, not because you just love it, but because when you go back and watch it again, knowing the things from the fourth, reveals, it changes how you even see the story it completely changes. Every time you get something revealed on something in the past, it changes how you see it. Then when you get a new thing revealed, it completely changes how you saw that. So those things are great. Those are the things that people mostly stick on. But the one thing I would actually say that holds a lot of weight is the fact that it's funny. Nobody ever talks about how funny One Piece is, and it's not comedy for everybody. Like I don't need to front or fake and try to get people to believe that it's funny for everybody. But the one thing I can tell you is that even the people that don't find it hilarious are smiling ear to ear when the jokes are presented to them. And I thoroughly enjoy that. Like, there's either somebody snickering, laughing, and they're laughing continuously. Even if they're not gut busting laughing every day, all day, they are still laughing. They're still enjoying themselves. So I find it funny that nobody brings up that one of the biggest reasons you should watch One Piece is that it's actually pretty funny, and a lot funnier than a lot of the other shonens out there. Like Dragon Ball, the original, is hilarious. It's kind of in that vein of Dragon Ball, the original. Not Dragon Ball Z. They kind of got away from a lot of the comedy. It has some of it, but it's not heavy, and not you know. And Naruto has some comedy, but again, a lot of that is more serious based. So I just find it funny that nobody ever really talks about how like joyous it is, like the joyous nature of the show, because of the comedy. You know what I mean? So that's unique in itself. Wow, I am messing up a storm. Oh, let me get these boys up out of here. Don't do that. Relax. Alright.
Prince, it's good to wander.
So yeah, that to me, one of the biggest reasons to actually watch One Piece is actually how funny it is and how much fun it is too. It's not, you know, I think some of the reasons somebody smiled, they would say, well, it's not funny to me, but they would also say that it may not be funny, but it'll be, it may not be, it'll not maybe be funny, but it's fun. You know what I mean? And I think that's pretty cool. So, okay, I don't know how I got my tank killed, but okay, or repaired, whatever. So yeah, I think that's one of the key things about One Piece that makes it funny, and why I say so. I will be making some videos on this. The streaming thing is kind of hard, like to play the game and like concentrate about what I'm trying to think about and present while also trying to play the game. I find this hard, so I got to give streamers, the true streamers, the ones that do it every day, a lot of credit, because this is not easy. But I'll continue to do it. I kind of use this is my random ass video log, so I'm kind of just use this as a space to get my ideas out there, to kind of let people know what kind of videos I will probably be coming out with in the coming days. And at this current juncture, that's what I'll do at this current moment until I get more proficient at being able to play the game and be able to stream proficiently. And maybe I should watch a few more streamers, because I don't really watch a lot of them. Nope. Wow. Sometimes the view on this thing is crazy. Like, you know, trying to get the camera to work with me on that, like on things like that, makes this kind of hard.
They might have originally been built.
So.
There's hidden treasure too. Maybe it was at a playground.
One dangerous place to leave your children.
What?
It's not. It can't all be that's in here, because I came through the back on this some time ago. Oh,
Man, I'm good.
yeah, think I came out on this back end before. I feel like these tempos don't be having much in them. Maybe it's because I'm coming too early, I don't know. Alright, that's mostly everything over here. Anyway, I'm still trying to get a... That's all I really had to say, for real, for real. Just wanted to kind of get my thoughts out, chill, play a little bit of Sandland. But yeah, I'll be making videos on all those topics that go a little bit more in depth, where I can concentrate, be a little more clear in my thoughts. But I just kind of wanted to get it out there. I'll probably also be, so I'll also probably be talking about a few games that are coming out that I'm interested in. Football season for sure. Now that I think about it, that is another big deal for me. I definitely want to start talking about my Commanders, so I'll probably have a little bit to say on that. And that's pretty much it that I think I got to say in this current video. So appreciate for those that showed up. Thank you for coming through and just sitting with me, even if it's not the most concise and channel as of yet with this streaming thing. But yeah, I'm still getting used to it, still working it out. And I just want to say I appreciate everybody that showed up. So I'm out.